You've probably spent hours scrolling on Centris, looking at different properties and trying to get an understanding of what it's all saying to you. But in this video today, I'm going to break it down the way I review a property. How do I look at photos? What am I analyzing? What am I looking for in the description? And I'm going to go step by step on how I would look at properties on Centris.ca. My name is LJ Aguinaga, real estate broker with LJ Realties. I've been licensed for the last 18 years and we've helped almost 1,000 families buy or sell real estate over this period of time, something we're super proud of, and we'd love to help you if you're looking to make a move in the greater Montreal area over the next 3 to 12 months. So reach out. There's a link down in the description below and we'd love to meet with you and talk to you about your real estate plans. So without further ado, I'm going to open up a couple of listings that are currently live on Centris.ca and we're going to go through them. We're going to talk them through. I'm going to see what I'm thinking, how I'm analyzing these properties, and we're going to take a look at what's happening. And teaser, the next video, we're going to show you the broker view. So on the back end, what it looks like, how much more information we have, and what I'm looking at when I have all of the additional fields available to me. All right, so without further ado, let's dive right in. All right, so starting things off with this beautiful property at 426 Concord Drive in Beaconsfield. We're looking at a home at $1.265 million. Let's start off with the photos. So we're looking at this beautifully manicured lawn, nice uncovered driveway. We can really see the condition of the property overall. No, super frontage. I love the beautiful skies that we have. Sometimes those are actually modified by the photographer to make it look as nice as it does, but overall this is a great frontage photo for the property. And we dive right into the pool in the back, obviously, because one of the main features for the home, as you can see, it's got this spectacular backyard, fully fenced in pool and separated from the rest of the backyard, but super nice. As we come in, large, kind of voluminous, so I really like the entranceway and the segue into the photos that we have here. We've got parquet flooring that's been stained a darker color to match the staircase. I'm liking the clean lines. I like how the whole home has been painted white, obviously, so really neutral, really easy on the eyes. Kitchen was updated along the way. The home has been completely decluttered, which is super nice. So you can really focus on the rooms and how you can potentially live in them. So I love that. Classic layout for West Island home, and you can see they have a lot of stuff, but it's not cluttered, but it does show that you can fit a lot of stuff in the home. So no, excellent kind of presentation so far. Okay, so we get upstairs, we got a nice big landing. Again, we can really appreciate the volume the home offers. King size bed, massive night tables beside it. Yeah, everywhere you turn, this home is large. It gives you a lot of room, and they've really done upgrades to just about everything over the years. Bathrooms have been updated, powder rooms. Another great bedroom being used as an office. I mean, this is your classic downsizer. They probably had multiple kids, and then now that the kids are gone, they're really just kind of filling the rooms with little desks or whatever they have left over, but that's just classic West Island right now. Another updated bathroom. Nice. This home really did a great job updating it. Okay, so we're not seeing the basement in the photos, so it'd be interesting to see if there is a basement or what the basement has to offer on the home, but still, super nice presentation. If we look at the information here, we've got 5 bedrooms in the home, 2 bathrooms, 1 powder room, to 2 or more story detached, 1975 build. So you might want to consider actually if it has aluminum wiring or not. Something to consider if I was looking at this with a buyer potentially. You've got a 9,900 square foot lot, so almost 10,000 square feet. That's a massive lot, which is beautiful. 4 driveway spots, 2 garages, so super practical. The in-ground pool is a nice touch. It would be nice to know if it was heated or not, but just general detail. It's got a wood fireplace. Those are generally speaking not allowed in most of the boroughs of Montreal now, in terms of the fact that unless it's been updated, you're no longer conform to the emissions regulations, so you want to keep an eye on that. We do have a basement with 6 feet or more, and the home is near the REM. So here sometimes we can have a few more additional features. It gives us a little bit more information about the property. And the desired move-in date is September 8th, so that's good to know. And here we've got a stunning executive home, beautifully landscaped with attractive curb appeal on a quiet, friendly street. Attention to detail meticulously kept over the years with numerous renovations and improvements. Spacious 5-bedroom home with primary bedroom featuring an ensuite bathroom. Open floor plan on the ground level. Sunny private backyard to enjoy pool days as well as ample green space. Beautiful colorful flowers complement the yard. Finish the basement to your taste and desired layout. Okay, so now we have some information about the basement, right? So we didn't know about the photos, but we can understand it's an unfinished basement and it's available to be completed however you might want. Then we have a park at the end of the street, which is a short walk to the train station and the Baie-d'Urfé village. a pre-listing inspection report is available and the home is moving ready. So tons of information here, really answered a lot of the initial questions, definitely prepares me to want to book a visit and to take the next steps to understand what else is out there. So this is an example of a super well presented property. We have lots of information, we've got great photos, great quality. There's a lot of photos, but not too many with just kind of repetitiveness. So no, I definitely appreciate the way this property has been set up for us. Now, another thing I like to do with properties whenever we're checking them out is pull them up onto Street View and take a quick look at the neighbors, see kind of how the home actually looks. So, okay, I mean, we're surrounded by single family homes. Looks like a pretty quiet street. Get a quick tour around, see what we're working with. Nothing kind of stands out as negative. Okay, good, perfect. In terms of price, I mean, price competitively, honestly, in Beaconsfield for this size of the home, given the volume, given the backyard, etc. I think they're going to have no problem selling this one. Let's move on to the second home. So here we at Chemin du Bord du Lac Lakeshore, so Lakeshore. Ultimately, we're asking $1.5 million here. The home is a split level, detached, built in 1960, living area 2630, lot size, large lot, almost 11,000 square feet here, 2 garages. There's no mention of the driveways. Would have been a good addition to have the driveways called out. There's a gas fireplace, that's nice to know. You're located on a river, sure. The basement is 6 feet or more, great. 45 days after acceptance of the promise to purchase for the move-in date. Okay, so we understand what occupancy looks like. Description: motivated seller, bring your offers. All reasonable offers will be seriously considered and discussed. So this is the problem, right? Like there's no additional information here. There's no telling me about the property, what's been done, what's not been done, who's it good for, who can relate to this property. And motivated seller, not exactly what you want to be publicizing, especially on the internet, generally speaking. We really want to be looking at the highlights of the features and really selling the property from that perspective. We go through the photos. Lawn could use a little bit of love. It's not fenced in. Inside actually looks quite nice. Nice wall sconces. I would have gotten rid of the countertop appliances in here, really to make it kind of look even more linear and super sharp. As we continue to cycle through these, property's in pretty good condition. Honestly, they've changed doors. Nice little walk-in. Ensuite bathroom. They've made an extra office space in the middle of the area here. Interesting. A little game setup, I guess. No, lots of renovations have been done to the home. All the light fixtures, hardwood floors. Like I said, doors have been upgraded. Windows seem to have been updated as well. Games room, laundry. Okay, backyard is very wide, not too deep. Super wide. I can see here that we're kind of on the edge, so not much clearance off the floor in case there's a lot of water. Yeah, I don't love when we have that much proximity, and it seems like the door used to be here and then they changed the bricks when they moved it over here to make it larger possibly. I like that the heat pump is off to the side back here so it doesn't kind of get in the way of everything else you got going on over here. And yeah, just on the other side of Lakeshore. I like this aerial view, really gives you an understanding of what your lot looks like. That's always a big pro. Your neighbor has some solar. Cool. Nice, great view. And we have some floor plans. Awesome, okay. No, great setup. Really my biggest quarrel with this property overall is the description, or the lack thereof more than anything else. Duke of Kent. All right, so this home I found, I wanted to highlight because if we look at it, we're looking at 1.18. It's a bungalow detached, 1946 build, lot area 17,776, right? So, and we'll see in the description, this is a very rare subdivisible lot, an excellent opportunity to build your dream home, subject to municipal approval for subdivision. The property is sold just for the land. Nobody's been living in the home since 2021. Property sold as is. The sellers deliver the property in the way it is. Okay. So we got 8 photos, obviously it's not a ton. We can see that the home is obviously in need of some TLC realistically. That they're selling this for the lot. They've made that pretty clear. But on this type of listing, something that I'd like to see is an aerial view realistically, and maybe a breakdown of how we're going to separate the lots. Like what's the frontage going to be? What's the front to back going to look like? Maybe a photo story of the location so we have a bit more information on here. because we can tell, I mean, yes, obviously cute property, cute lot, but they're selling it for the land. Show me a little bit more about the land right now so we can really get a better understanding of what we have going on. Now again, I'm going to preface this with my next video, is that in the broker view, we do have a lot more information, and the certificate of location is probably uploaded on there, and we have that information. So if you were working with a broker, they'd be able to send you that information as well. But for this type of a listing, because we're really selling it for the land, you want to provide as much information about the land as possible. So that aerial view, showcasing what we can actually do, kind of similar to a floor plan, but for the lot, I think would be a huge value add for this listing right here. This one over here. So Upper Cambridge and Baie-d'Urfé, okay, they're listed at just under $1.5 million. I actually like what they did here with this initial photo, kind of showcasing the frontage, but also some of the prime living areas of the home. It gives you an idea of what we're about to see. It's the first time I've seen something like this done, so kudos to the broker on this one. And we break into it. So fully renovated. I mean, we've got tiled floors throughout. Not my personal favorite, but some people love it, and all the power to it. It is super easy to maintain and take care of. Super modern home, wow. Nice big room. Not super modern finishes, very flowy. I like the island. You see how wide this island is? That's amazing for entertaining, for hosting, for cooking, for everything. That's super solid. And it looks like it's got a really large space for a fridge as well. I like that the oven is raised height as well. Now, lots of really cool things here. Lots of light and the pot lights and the fixtures. This should probably have a railing. I mean, I have young kids now, so it's something I pay attention to. Nice big door. I like the way the home's been staged as well. It really looks inviting and easy to live in. We got the plans for when the renovations were done as well, okay. Break off into the bedrooms. It looks like the work here was super well done. You can usually see when stuff's been cheaply done, to be honest, and so far, I mean, the windows seem to have been installed properly. All the moldings were nicely installed. A lot of doors have been changed, vanities, everything. Remove the sticker, but that's just the particular. Again, they use the actual architectural plans as the floor plans here, which is nice. Okay, at our laundry room. No, super good flow to the home. Nice big yard. This home is super solid home. Close to the park. Now we got 18 rooms, built 1962, okay, 2 or more story, 15,000 square feet. That's a massive lot. That's awesome. 6 driveways, 2 garages. This description, we're currently looking at the English version of the Centris.ca website, and the whole description is in French. Votre maison de rêve vous attend. Your dream home awaits you, and that's totally fine. But nowadays, with LLMs, with Google Translate, with anything, I don't think there's an excuse to not have the description in both English and French. I mean, especially in Baie-d'Urfé, where we have a large Anglophone population, it'd be super helpful to have the description, because they've actually taken the time to write a pretty interesting description. Discover your future home in this completely transformed, magnificent, and enlarged property situated on a calm and very in-demand area. Thanks to a full renovation that was realized without compromise, this home offers elegant, contemporary, and unique style for the island of Montreal. If you're looking for a home that's turnkey, renovated exceptionally, and with lots of light, natural light coming in, and high-end finishes, as well as an impeccable exterior finishing, this property is something to take your breath away. So honestly, like, cute description, but why isn't it in English? Like, you're especially focusing on an area that's pretty Anglophone over here. You want to have this in English for people searching in English, and obviously in French, people searching in French. So that's what we have for the properties that we're kind of breaking down. And this is how I would look at some of these listings on Centris when going through them, and obviously going to the Google Maps view as well for all of them to kind of showcase that. And like I said, the next video is going to have a lot more information about what we see on the back end as a realtor. So I'll show you the contrast of how much more information we have on there. So now you know how to look at Centris.ca like a pro. But here's the thing, you only have so much information on there. The next step is going to be next week's video. So like I've mentioned a couple times already, we're going to look at the back end of it, but I'm going to go one step further actually. I'm going to look at, let's say you like this property and we're ready to make an offer, what I would look at next. So we're going to pull some comparables for properties. We're going to look at where we think we might have some play, possibly in the inclusions, exclusions. I know on the public view you don't have that information. On the private view we do have that information, so we'll be breaking that down for you as well. If you're currently browsing Centris.ca and you just like to have a second set of eyes on the properties, feel free to send them over my way. There's absolutely no obligation. I'm happy to give you my opinion on the properties and help you talk through what you're thinking, what my thoughts are on it, and where to go from there, obviously. So be sure you're subscribed for next week's episode and for all the other real estate content that we have coming to you every single week. We've been doing this for the last almost 7 years, publishing a video a week, and we have all sorts of great insights on the Montreal real estate market. So thank you so much for watching. I look forward to catching you on the next one.